Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind. We gotta delve into the insane clown world known as Democrat strongholds, Democrat cities. And of course today we're traveling to New York City, a bastion of progressivism, a model for the rest of the world. We all remember when Eric Adams told us New York City has a brand.
We have a brand. New York has a brand. And when people see it, it means something.
Yeah, all you people in those flyover states, you just can't understand it. New York City has a brand. Well, my question is, what exactly is that brand? Allowing young wannabe communist revolutionaries to burn the city down and firebomb NYPD squad vehicles? Oh, wow, what a brand. What is New York City's brand? A totally politicized, corrupt justice system that seeks to persecute the Democrat Party's political enemies with rogue district attorneys a la Alvin Bragg and Letitia James? Is that your brand? Well, it's certainly part of it. You know, it's really part of New York City's brand? Constantly releasing violent criminals back on the streets to reoffend. You know, just releasing totally unstable criminals onto the streets who randomly push people in front of subway trains. And of course, the newest trend, here's New York's rebranding. New York, a place where young women walking on the streets are at constant risk of being assaulted by violent criminals that the city continues to release back onto the streets. That's the latest trend coming out of the Big Apple, coming out of Eric Adams' New York City, just people getting casually punched in the face by insane criminals walking on the sidewalk, a true model for the rest of the world. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so you thought I was kidding. Of course I'm not. Let's delve into the horrors that young women have to deal with for simply existing in New York City. What's happening in NYC? Women randomly getting punched in the face while walking down the street. Take a look at this.
You guys, I was literally just walking and a man came up and punched me in the face. Oh my god, it hurts so bad. I can't even talk. Literally, I fell to the ground and now this giant goose egg is forming and I'm like, oh my god, it looks so crazy.
And of course, she wasn't the only one. It also happened to this girl.
And I was looking down and I was looking at my phone and like texting, and then out of nowhere, this man just came up and hit me in the face. I'm like actually in shock right now. I'm just like walking home because what else do you do? But I just texted my friends being like, hi, I just got punched in the face. And then they sent me a TikTok of this other girl in New York who got punched in the face and she was looking at her phone. And I don't know if this is like a thing that's going around, but I guess if you're in New York right now and you're walking while looking at your phone, maybe don't do that.
It also happened to this girl.
I literally just got punched by some man on the sidewalk. He goes, sorry, and then punches me in the head. Holy what the hell just happened? Oh my god.
And this girl.
So I have fallen victim to the men in New York City are lifting an elbow or trying to punch innocent girls on the street.
Yeah, I guess it's just endemic now. It's just, you know, part of the system. You know, it's bringing a new definition to being a tough New York cookie. We're always being told how tough New Yorkers are. Listen, we're from New York. We're real tough. I might have doubted it in the past, but I'm no longer doubting it. Yeah, you guys are pretty tough, but also incredibly dumb. This is what is acceptable as the new status quo in New York. This is what's going on in New York. This is what New York taxpayers face. And craziest of all, this is what New York is marketing as their brand. This is the environment that New York keeps telling us is the safest big city environment out there. Absolutely absurd. And of course, I can already hear the fact checkers furiously typing at their keyboard. Well, actually, homicides are down in New York. You know, we've heard the arguments before. Well, if you look at homicides, crime is down. A nice cherry picking of data. I'm sure you could choose one category where crime is down and pretend as if everything is all peachy, but obviously that doesn't represent the whole picture. Crime is down, just look at this stat sheet, that's what they'll tell you. But meanwhile, they're deploying the National Guard in their subway system. Doesn't that tell you all that you need to know? New York City's brand is clear. The brand can be described as pro-criminal. It's the Democrat brand. Burn down the streets in the name of racial justice? You're not a criminal. You're not a rioter. You're a mostly peaceful protester, a force for positive change. And the whole system will come to your defense. Police officers won't do their jobs and stop the chaos. No, they'll kneel in solidarity with the woke cause. You're illegally squatting in somebody's home? You just simply waltz on in there and declare the property yours? I mean, let's call it temporary real estate theft. You're not a criminal who stole somebody's property. No, you're the rightful tenant. Woman found murdered in New York City apartment after confronting squatters in late mother's home. New York City homeowner arrested trying to evict squatters in her $1 million home. Who's the priority for the New York City government? Again, the criminals. This sort of warped mentality that law-abiding citizens simply have to accept this as their new norm, as the new woke progressive norm. Criminals aren't criminals. Criminals really need our help. They need your tax dollar. Bail is a racist concept, and so what New York City opts for, again siding with the criminal, just release them back on the streets. Because the victim is not the priority. No, the criminal is. The criminal with a long rap sheet, the crazed individual who keeps violently offending over and over again, that's the priority. Young women walking home after dinner, getting punched in the face, freaking socked in the face by fully grown men that New York City is aware of, that New York City released back on the streets, not a priority. That is the New York brand. It's an absolute horror show, and they've sent a very clear message that they don't care. Don't try to be a vigilante. Don't try to be like Daniel Penny. Don't try to be like that bodega owner who desperately saved his life from a violent criminal only to then almost get charged. New York City sends a very clear message that they will come after you. They're more focused on going after Daniel Penny's. They're more focused on the illegitimate political persecution of the former president of the United States, seizing his assets and closing his businesses, trying to bankrupt him in the midst of an election season. They're more focused on that than they are on public safety. That's New York City's brand. That is the insanity of the woke world, otherwise known as clown world. You know, they could cherry pick all the stats that they want. At the end of the day, it's pretty damn clear that New York City is not a place where you can feel safe past a certain hour walking alone, especially not as a young woman. Not to mention the whole argument of, oh, well, crimes are down, and especially violent crimes are down. What are they down from like 2 years ago when they peaked during the COVID pandemic? Not exactly a great argument also when Alvin Bragg reduced half of the city's felonies down to freaking misdemeanors. When you decriminalize crime, I guess crime just goes down. Just ignore the fact that people are getting pushed into subways. They have National Guard deployed in their subway system. People are getting indiscriminately assaulted, losing their lives. Don't pay attention to any of that. Don't pay attention to the squatters taking people's home. No, of course not. None of that matters. All that matters is the woke image and going after the evil orange man. New York City certainly has a brand, and rightfully so. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, friends, and I'll see you on the next one.